I got a feeling we're up against Esper Mentor because we are playing against the Shaheen Soorani. We'll try it. Got an O-ring for a Mentor. Got a Blade Splicer. So if you don't know Shaheen Soorani, he writes for Star City Games, control expert, mostly Esper, but he is a control player through and through. Also entertaining writer. So let's see. This is a good test for our deck, since we've been doing pretty well so far. But now we are up against a true pro in the two-man queues. The reason I believe he's playing some sort of Esper Mentor deck is because he was just this morning tweeting about it and saying that an article was going to be released shortly. So let's see. And this opening backs up that idea. Well, that's a Squadron Hawk. Not bad. Search out 2 Hawks here. Leave 1 in the deck for next time so you don't have to discard. And then we can just F6 through our turn. F6 through his turn. Wonder if these Ghost Quarters will come in handy. I really have no idea what his list is. If he's playing Celestial Colonnade, it will be very good. I'm sure there's counter spells. And apparently many Serum Visions. That much is clear. So I guess next turn we will probably just go Plains into Blade Splicer. Reading Thoughtseized. Inquisitioned. Alright, so I would assume that he takes either the O-Ring or the Blade Splicer. Well, he's got to take one of those two. If he has a Mentor, yeah. So I would assume this means Monastery Mentor will be coming down shortly. So let's attack with Squadron Hawk here. Get in the damage. Play a Blade Splicer. And pass the turn. So while we have a decent board at the moment, it still doesn't match up well with a Mentor backed up by a ton of cheap cantrips. It's going to path the token. Well, we will certainly take advantage of that and get another Plains out of our deck. This might mean he is stuck on lands or he is trying to fuel Delve. Yep. So this is probably an Angler or a Tasigur. Tasigur. Well, now I think we play Ghost Quarter. We will get in for 1 with our Squadron Hawk. Play a Squadron Hawk. Searching up another Squadron Hawk. Since we see the Colonnades, I feel a little bit better about our Ghost Quarters being productive. So we'll get our last Squadron Hawk. And then I think we will just Flicker Wisp our Blade Splicer to kind of keep the pressure on. And pass the turn. So we're not in horrible shape here. We're ahead on the damage race. Have a decent board. Squadron Hawk is a little bit of protection for a Wrath. There's the Mentor. No attacks. Now let's see how crazy he can get with the Mentor. That's the question. Oh man, that's a good draw. That's a killer draw. Alright, Ghost Quarter, because we need an untapped land. Sun Titan, getting back our O-Ring. Then we'll just get rid of the Mentor, because we're not really scared of the Tasigur. Get in with all of our flyers. And pass the turn. Let's see what Shaheen has. I don't know if he'd be playing Wraths. Wraths and Mentor don't seem to go together that well, but it's probably possible. A Supreme Verdict here would be pretty bad. That would definitely beat us. Well, not beat us, but we're pretty far ahead. We're to the point where we should win next turn or the turn after, but a Wrath would slow us down a lot. Because we don't really have many planes. We have a lot of lands, but we have 2 Emerias, 2 Ghost Quarters, and only 3 planes. So we're not that close to getting things back. This might just be probe scoop. See what else is going on. Get some more information. Or not. Mortar pod would be sweet. I wouldn't mind that. Regardless, we will probably just Ghost Quarter the Colonnade. We'd like to find out if he has basics to search for, or if, well, I guess we don't get to find out. I wanted to find out if our Ghost Quarters were just strip mines, because that changes the way the game plays out quite a bit. So against the Mentor deck, probably with counter spells, Day of Judgment is solid. And maybe Dismembers. What is not solid? What do we not want? Probably go down a Mortar Pod. Go down a Blade Splicer. Maybe just bring in 1 Dismember and just go. There's going to be negates and counters, but if we can resolve, I can definitely see us getting in positions where our only way of winning a game is resolving a Day of Judgment. So I think we want all 3, even though they might not be a guaranteed win. Alright, so 1 game down, which is good. That means we only have to win 1 out of these next 2 to take down the match. So we'll keep. Colonnade, well, we have a Ghost Quarter for that eventually. Emeria, alright, tap land, pass the turn. I think we'll probably Lone Missionary next turn. Looks like a Serum Visions. Yeah, we'll probably Lone Missionary because we don't really need to play the tap land. We can still have 3 untapped lands on turn 3 to get rid of a Mentor, if that is what happens. And we saw a lot of Inquisitions. So we probably want to resolve stuff while we can. No black mana yet, though. Well, on second thought, instead of the Missionary, I think we just go Squadron Hawk. And pull out another Squadron Hawk. I don't think we want to discard, though. So we'll just take 1 and pass the turn. A little risky, because he could Inquisition our Squadron Hawk and kind of break the chain. But we're hoping he just plays a Mentor here to try to combo us off the following turn and we can O-ring it. Lingering Souls. Of course. Well, now I guess we just attack with Squadron Hawk. Trades with a little piece of a Lingering Souls. Then we'll play the Ghost Quarter. We haven't seen any basics, so we might have strip mines. Pilgrim's Eye gets us another untapped land. And pass the turn back. So now we have the option next turn of a tapped or untapped land. So we could play double Squadron Hawk or Squadron Hawk plus Lone Missionary. Or we can O-ring and play Emeria. So gives us some flexibility by playing the Pilgrim's Eye there. Alright, Polluted Delta here. What is the plan for Shaheen? Oh boy. 4 mana. So Actually, a card that would be pretty bad for us from the sideboard would be Jace. That really locks down all of our 1-power creatures. Sorin. Alright. Well, pumps up Sorin. We will block if he attacks. Yeah. I am fine with trading our Pilgrim's Eye for another Spirit token. So now, since he played the Sorin, ooh, Dismember will come in helpful. Since he played Sorin, I think we're just going to O-Ring the Sorin and play the Emeria. Could have played a Plains and left up Dismember, but I'm not sure it really matters. Next turn we can play 2 2-drops and Dismember, so eventually we were probably going to have to Ghost Quarter that Colonnade. Oh, so probably some counter magic around. Well, let's lead on Wall of Omens. Does this draw the counter? Looks like. Getting Cryptic, Bounce O-Ring, or draw. Yeah, counter draw. That's fine. Hopefully he does not also have a Spell Snare. Because I would rather resolve Squadron Hawk, honestly, than the wall anyway. Because Squadron Hawk draws us 2 cards. Although they are both Squadron Hawks. Oh my gosh. What's happening? Okay, we got them both. Getting lagged or something. We already played a land, so now we just ship the turn. We're also getting close to Sun Titans, which if they resolve, that would be sweet. It would be cool to have Cavern of Souls to put on Giant to make sure they resolve, but so far that hasn't been too big of an issue. We tapped our white mana because, well, for one thing, we might want to Ghost Quarter the Colonnade, and for another thing, we can cast Dismember with colorless mana, so we don't really need a Plains for that. So, nothing from Shaheen? Dig Through Time isn't legal in the format, so that's good. Don't have to worry about that like in Standard. Flashes back Lingering Souls. We draw another O-Ring, which we can't use. We don't have any way of getting more lands. Oh boy. Let's just play a Squadron Hawk here. We kind of want to save our last Squadron Hawk for after if we draw a Misspell Plains. And then we'll run out the Lone Missionary. I think we'll attack with 1 Squadron Hawk. Well, I guess that's all we can attack with. We'll get in there with that one. If he wants to trade, that's fine. We'd like to find the Misspell Plains. Be able to start putting Squadron Hawks on the bottom of our library. So when we play the last one, we have something to search for. Yep. Let's see what happens here. Is this a Mentor? There's a Mentor. Okay. Well, I don't think we want to Dismember now. That sounds risky. Unless he goes for an Inquisition or something. Then we might be forced to Dismember. Goes with Probe. Well, I think we're going to Dismember, or try to. Pay 4 life. Good news is we have an O-Ring, so if we make him tap out for a counter spell, then we get to O-Ring the Mentor, hopefully before too much damage is done. Ah, it resolves. Okay, excellent. So that either means he doesn't have a counterspell, or he is afraid of our Sun Titans to the point where he will let his mentor die. Well, now I think we take one, so we can attack with our Squadron Hawk. That's a Plains. Well, let's attack with both. Takes the damage. And now we're going to go for a Sun Titan. Whether it works or not remains to be seen. No counter. Alright, so we get to get back a Wall of Omens, I guess? Could have got back Pilgrim's Eye. But I think just drawing a card is better than a land at the moment. Although, if I had a choice between drawing a basic and drawing Lone Missionary, probably would have chose the basic. So this might be an attack with Colonnade. Path, okay. Path our Sun Titan. Which is fine. We get another land. We are 3 away from Emeria. Yes, we will use the ability, search for planes. Now there's no colony attack at least. Serum Visions. Probably looking for a counterspell, I'm guessing, to be able to stop our second Sun Titan. He saw our hand with Probe, so he knows about both Sun Titans. I think we block here if he attacks with the token. If he kills our Wall of Omens by casting another spell, that's fine. I don't think that's bad for us, really. Ship's the turn. He did leave up Cryptic Mana, so I think we are going to try to resolve a Pilgrim's Eye to get another Plains. Because now we're getting to the point where Emeria becomes an actual plan. Cryptic, counter draw. Okay. That's fine. It does keep... So he did have the Cryptic. But now we get to play a Lone Missionary. Go up to 22. Attack with both of these guys. We leave up Ghost Quarter in case we need to kill the Cryptic. I don't think he'll attack into the Ghost Quarter, most likely. So that kind of just counteracts. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Well, this just took on a twist. So he's going to bribery for one of our Sun Titans, which allows him to get back a Monastery Mentor or a land. That is the most Shaheen card to be playing. Oh my goodness. Bribery in Modern. Yep. Well, now we might kind of be in trouble, actually. Possibly. If you encounter our Sun Titan, then I'll be worried. Did he draw? No counter, okay. So we get to get back a Pilgrim's Eye. Searches for planes. Play the planes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're still one land short. Okay. And now we just I guess we can attack with a Squadron Hawk. Mortipod would be sweet. Also, having our Sun Titan live would be sweet. Good news is he can't really get back much with Sun Titan. He's just getting back fetch lands, basically. He's got to be playing one bribery in the sideboard, right? He can't be playing multiple briberies. That would just be too crazy. And he does have basic lands, indeed. So Ghost Quarter is not a strip mine. It's probably optimistic to think that. Shaheen knows how to build a control deck. Probably isn't going to let himself get... No. Okay. So this is Flashback Cryptic? I was worried about Flashback Bribery. But he put the land into play tap, so he's not going after a second Sun Titan. It's got to be Flashback Cryptic. If he taps our team, you can get him for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, but that doesn't seem to do that much. Okay. He's going on the path plan. Well, so that means we are down to only one... Means we are down to one Sun Titan, but it also means we're going to have 2 active Emerias. This should be very interesting. I have no idea how this is going to end up, honestly. We're going to be getting lots of sweet things back from the graveyard, but I don't know if that'll be enough. It does mean that we can definitely do some blocking. Alright, let's see how this goes. We could Ghost Quarter one of our Emerias to get a Plains, but I don't think that's worth it. Dismembers a lone missionary, gets a bunch more triggers. Yep. So we're going to be taking some damage. Gonna get back a land, most likely. Yep, gets back Polluted Delta. So blocking, we are going to block, and take nothing, I think. Wall of Omens is a fine draw, but we're going to lead on O-Ring targeting Mentor. I think that is actually more important than the Sun Titan, because we can chump a long time against just these random dorks, but if he can go super wide, then we're in trouble. Here comes a leak, I believe, which is fine. Oh, no leak, okay. So we just blink in a Wall of Omens here. Lets us draw another card. Instead of playing Squadron Hawk, we're going to sit on our Ghost Quarter. And now we should be able to win, unless he can start destroying our lands. Because getting back 8 life or 2 lands a turn is just, that's a lot of card advantage. Pathing the Flicker Wisp is probably a good idea. Guess we just F6 here. Wouldn't mind finding our last Sun Titan. That would be sweet. Get another Plains. We don't have many lands left in our deck, honestly. On the attacks, we'll probably block one on Sun Titans. So we can get back a Wall of Omens and another on... What was this? Another Cryptic? Cryptic. Oh, tap draw. Okay. I don't think we're dead. Unless he can really string together some spells. 9, 10, 11. Why is that? What's going on? Okay. Hopefully he doesn't have another spell. Oh, he does not. Okay. So we need to get back Lone Missionary and Lone Missionary. Gains us back a bunch of life, thankfully. And what do we draw? Another Plains. Well, I guess we play this Squadron Hawk. No searching. Play a Ghost Quarter. I think I'm going to fire this off and see. Let's see if he even has any basics left. No search. Alright. Pass the turn. The scary thing is we are a Cryptic or a Snapcaster away from dying. And this looks like another Cryptic. Yep. So that is enough to do it. Close game. But, yep, he drew a lot of Cryptics there. Bribery. Bribery was not expected. I think we just run it back. I don't think that went poorly. We were very close to winning. And that bribery really got us. Seems like an odd sideboard choice. Considering we don't have that many creatures. Alright, we'll try it. Not excited about this one just because we're light on lands. Although we do have a Day of Judgment, which can be very good. Serum Vision's turn 1. We do need to draw some lands. That's a Plains. Alright. That helps. So we get 2 Squadron Hawk. Search up 2 more Squadron Hawks. And, yep. Pass the turn back. Yeah, we'd like our Flicker Wisp to not get Inquisition, but I think we can live with it either way. Alright, let's get in there for 1 with Squadron Hawk. Play Ghost Quarter and Lone Missionary. Is this going to get countered, or is he just sacking for a tap land? Yep, just sacking for a tap land. Guess he could have Spell Snare, but... We could have played Flicker Wisp there, but I kind of want to Flicker Wisp the Lone Missionary. Timely Reinforcements, okay. Well, there's another land, so that's good. So we will attack with our Squadron Hawk. Play Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp our Lone Missionary. And play another Emeria. Pass the turn. Gain 4 more life, so we're up to 28, which is solid. Lingering Souls. And a tap land. I'll just play another Squadron Hawk here. Leave up some mana. We could have Wrath there, but we really want to catch a Mentor or a Tassiger if we can. this a bribery? Looks like. Good news is, if it's a bribery, oh, it's a mentor, okay. Let's see what else he does. That's Misfill Plains. So play Misfill Plains. Play another Squadron Hawk. We haven't seen many 2-mana counters, but if we just ran out the Day of Judgment there and it got countered, we'd be in really rough shape. Going on this plan, we can potentially block a whole bunch of things in front of Monastery Mentor. Another Mentor. Good lord. Yeah, let's I think we got to try to O-ring one of those mentors. And there's the leak. Alright. Pass the turn. If that allows us to resolve a Day of Judgment, though, it's worth it. We don't just die to a Cryptic. Sorin, okay. It's going to allow him to gain a ton of life by pumping it up. Oh, let's see what happens here. He's down to 1 card. Pumps it up. What's the last card? Path to Exile. Alright, I think we're getting there. We get a Plains, which is good. Now we just chump as much as possible. Alright, yep. He gains a ton of life. But we get to Day of Judgment away everything. Play land. Play a Squadron Hawk. And then hopefully win by our Sun Titans. Hopefully he doesn't draw counters. Yep, he gets a 2/2 flyer. Do you have something else to go with it? Activates Colonnade. I think we just Ghost Quarter there. And hope he didn't draw a leak or something. Sun Titan gets back O-Ring, gets rid of Soren. And I think we're getting here. There. Okay. And then we'll just pass the turn. Drawing that path was pretty key. I think that might be the card that wins the game. That makes it hard for him to mentor and combo off. Gets in with the vampire. We'll just take the damage. Passes the turn. Okay. So now we're just going to attack with both. Get back Ghost Quarter. I think we're just going to start attacking his lands. We are going to Ghost Quarter Watery Grave. Play another Sun Titan. That one draws out the Cryptic. Alright, ship the turn. Does he have Thoughtseize? That would be bad. Another Soren. Pumps up his vampire. So here I think we attempt to resolve another Sun Titan. This time we will still get back a Ghost Quarter. And we will Ghost Quarter the last black source. Guess we attack Soren for one. We really don't want Soren to ultimate. And then we might just path this vampire. Timely, sure. Get rid of the vampire token. As bad as this feels, I think we are going to O-Ring a soldier token so we can attack. Play Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter of non-basic. Attack with Sun Titan at Soren. Get back Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter Hallowed Fountain. What a crazy game. We had to play that O-Ring or else he could have triple blocked our Sun Titan, and that's just not acceptable. Lets the Soren go, so that's good. And now we have him far enough down on lands. Ugh. Looks like a path on our Sun Titan. So we're still one land short from Emeria. Yep, we'll search out another plains. I don't think we want to block here. I think we wait and block the Snapcaster. Alright, we'll pass the turn. Another path. Well, that turns on our Emeria, you realize. Because Missile Plains is a plains. And that should do it. I think this is aggressive play because of the time issue. But we have double Emeria now. So we get back Sun Titan. Get back Squadron Hawk. We can put a Squadron Hawk on the bottom of our library. Oh, I overtapped. Yeah, let's get back Sun Titan. Gets back Ghost Quarter. And that does it. We could have Ghost Quartered away the rest of the lands there. Sweet! Well, we took down Esper in the hands of a very strong player, so this deck has been performing pretty awesomely. It's cool to have the Ghost Quarter lock going. Alright, I'll be back with more.